All right. Welcome, everybody. Let's get going. All right. We're going to go ahead and do this. Get this going here. Get my lighting just all situated here. Trying something a little bit different here. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is the immortal John Hancock. Welcome, everybody, on this live game chat. I've done these all year. I have fun doing them. Answering your collector questions. I'm preparing for Game On Expo. Rush Galt, welcome. Nerdy Nick 91, can't wait to meet you at the expo. That's right. And I got a little special for people to come up and say hi. And I want to welcome Blake J, T Saul, Turbo Juggin. Hey John, thanks for making the time. Looking forward to it. Nick JT54, what's up? Adam Henry, and hey, what's up? Bobo Breeze. Bobo Breeze. Sorry about that. All right, welcome everybody. Yeah, I got some glasses. Pretty much new glasses. I've had them for about 3 weeks now. Sean Parker, welcome. Joseph Outdoors Joe, hello from North Carolina. Expo in Arizona. That's right, Blake J. Nice Fisher, hello. So, wish you were going to the Retro Game Con in Long Island. I know. Retro, there's a lot of Retro Cons out there. Krillin is the moderator tonight. What's up, Krillin? Thank you, Krillin64, for moderating. Yes, let's keep it clean. Let's keep it sane. And let's have a good time. Bring your collector questions. Happy to talk about it. Have a little bit different setup here. Just flipped my phone around and noticed that the camera is like 10 times better. So that's how I'm going to do my live streams now. So it looks a lot better. It looks like I'm having a good stream. So let's go. Have you ever played Bug or Bug 2? I played a little bit. I'm currently playing Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. That's what I'm playing right now. I'm having a blast. Haven't played Knights of the Old Republic on Xbox in a long time. It's backwards compatible with the Xbox One, and it looks fantastic on the Xbox One X. Favorite game soundtrack. One of my favorite is Ninja Gaiden. I've talked about that on Nintendo. Rygar and Ninja Gaiden are one of my favorite soundtracks for like old school games. Jedi Outcast is really good too, yes. Sean Lalavino, great time to play GameCube is Medal of Honor Fortune on PS2. It was a game, yep. So, what's been your favorite pickup lately? Well, I recently did a pickup, so I've been focusing on Wii U and Xbox Platinum hits. And so, yes. Scott Miller, is it worth the cost for a casual retro console fan to get a PVM display or nah? Scott Miller, all depends on what it is. There's so many options now. PVMs are amazing. They are some of the best, CRTs out there. And so to play with a traditional tube TV, yeah, they're great. They're heavy. They go out like anything else. But if you want like a traditional setup, they're great. So, it all depends on how long you're going to play it. Are you going to be playing this a long time? Who knows? Yeah. What's your favorite sports Sega Genesis game? Favorite sports Sega Genesis game? Made by Sega or on Genesis? So for Genesis, it's Tecmo Super Bowl, NBA Jam. Those are some of the ones I like to play. Did you buy a Panasonic 3DO on launch? Absolutely not. They couldn't afford it. No way. Okay, Mutant League Hockey's good. Mutant League Football's good. I kind of go to kind of more traditional sports games, but Tecmo Super Bowl for me. Mutant League Football's up there though, top 10. I'm looking to buy some Sean Novellino. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. My apologies. I'm looking to buy some retro Sega gear. Do you think I should buy the Saturn or Dreamcast? I think the Dreamcast is kind of a better option. It has more homebrew options and is a little bit cheaper. Are you gonna review the Turbo Mini? I'm gonna see. I have not heard back from Konami or anything. If not, I'm gonna purchase it and I'll talk about it. I have a pretty extensive Turbo collection, so eventually, hopefully, I want to get it. But I don't know if I'm going to get it at launch, if they're going to send it to me. I haven't heard back. All right, drinking water tonight, trying to be a little bit more healthier. So, recently, a big YouTuber, Review Tech USA, he's talked about losing weight and being healthier, and that's been on my mind. And so I'm taking small steps onto, you know, really focusing on my health. And it's something that I don't talk about enough. You know, I have kids. I want to live a long time, and so taking my own steps on trying to be as healthy as possible. So first step is to cut down. You know, it's okay to have a beer every now and then, but you know, just trying to hydrate more. Nerdy Nick 91. I don't have any doubles of Splatterhouse 2. Health is number one. Which Tecmo Super Bowl 1, 2, or 3? They're all good. I just like the first one, but they're good. They're all good on the Sega Genesis. JSS, hey John, appreciate you. Thank you so much. Jester Prez, Rich is inspiring me to be also healthy. That's right. Review Tech USA, you know, he said some nice things about me. I'm friends with him. I don't know him personally, but you know, we're friends on Facebook. And, you know, a big shout out to him for, you know, taking this step to be healthy. It's hard to be healthy sometimes. It's easy to get caught up in snacks and food and junk. And I do all that, but, you know, I'm just trying to be as healthy as possible. And first step is just to drink more water. I thought that was an easy change I could do in my life. How's it going? Seen any weird items lately? Oh, yeah, of course. I'm going to be going to a big Game Expo in Arizona. So that's going to be... but I haven't seen any around here. Actually, when I went to a lot of game stores, when I went up north, I saw a lot of common things. But yes, weird, not necessarily. All right, Joshua Goodwin, what's your favorite fighting game? Favorite fighting game of all time is Samurai Showdown 2 on Neo Geo. That's my all-time favorite. If I had to round the top 3 up, Joshua Goodwin, thank you for the donation, $2. I would say Tekken 3's up there. I really like Street Fighter 2. I like Street Fighter more than Mortal Kombat between the two. Love the 2D fighters. You know, Neo Geo had so many amazing fighting games, but Samurai Showdown 2 is my favorite. All right, we got 119 people in watching this live stream. Really excited about that. Adam Korlick, and I say, yo, what's up, Jester Prez? Welcome, Adam. Adam, good friend of mine, huge Sega guy, and want to say hello. Gary Liebler, what are your main characters you use in your favorite fighting games? Paul Phoenix in like Tekken 3. I use, Jubai in Samurai Showdown 2. That's the one I like using. But, you know, I don't play fighters all the time. You know, normally I've been playing, if you didn't hear at the start of the live stream, I've been playing Knights of the Old Republic on Xbox. So I've been really getting into like some classic Xbox gaming. I picked up a massive lot of Platinum hits and Wii U games. I've really been enjoying going back and playing Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, Paul Phoenix has always been my favorite in all the Tekkens. What's your thought on Tatsunoko versus Capcom on the Wii? I haven't played a lot of it. I know that's a bigger hit overseas, but I'm glad they brought it over. I haven't played a lot of that. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to mostly metal and classic rock. Everything from Megadeth, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin, Doors, Rush, Tom Petty, blues, a little bit of blues. It's not, but I just like music. I do like music, mostly rock. What was ever your favorite arcade to go to of all time in your entire lifespan? I grew up in Reading, and so there was the gold mine there, and there was tons and tons and tons of classic arcade games at the mall. So that's where I played. First time I played Turtles. First place I played Tekken 3. First place I played Gauntlet. First place I played RoboCop. Lots of classics there. Out of everything you have, what is still your holy grail item? My white Bally arcade is kind of my go-to answer on that. I really like to collect the weird stuff and obscure. There's some other game consoles I really like. The Amiga CD32, that's something I hold dear. Do I like JRPGs? It's really hard to kind of get into them. You know, the Star Wars one, I really just was in the mood for Star Wars. But honestly, I don't play a lot of them because they take so much time. Hello, John. Greetings from Russia. What do you think about full PS3 game set, money and time? Full PS3 game set, my thoughts on a full PS3 game set, there's a lot of games there that aren't going to be full. They're going to be missing levels. There's all that digital download stuff. you know, that's going to be a real challenge moving forward to collecting those things. And so it's going to be a challenge of doing that. So I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. What's your favorite 3DO game? Favorite 3DO game would be Star Control 2. Do you have a complete game cave set? Mr. Uzu? No, I do not. Hey, Brian's Man Cave in the house. Brian, a great friend, always on these streams and commenting. Thank you. If you haven't checked out Brian's Man Cave, it is a great channel, and thank you for coming on and saying hello. Have you visited Fun Spot Arcade in Laconia, New Hampshire? No, I've not. Fun Spot, I've heard of that. Yes. All right, Bobo Breeze. What is the best way to decide what game to play when you have hundreds of games? It's pretty tough. I try to stick with a game for a while. It's really, really hard to play through and beat a game, though. I have so many options. I'm reviewing stuff all the time and playing stuff. It is really tough. And so I do try to play games. I played lots and lots of Knights of the Old Republic. I put in about 8 hours the last 2 days. Now, that may seem like a lot. It may not seem like a lot to some, but that's a lot for me. You know, I don't play that much. I don't have the free time as much as some people believe. And so, yes, I definitely want to work on, you know, spending more time and playing more games this year. Will show alter any beast with other YouTubers? Nah. Hey, John, what's a console you find overrated? Ooh, that's a great console. Well, I think in some cases the Switch is a little bit overrated. I think there's some people that love the Switch. I like the Switch. I think some is it a little overrated? It might be. Time will tell. You know, it's got some amazing games on it, but you know, there's some huge things that they need to work on. You know, we'll see. We'll see. You know, some would say the Switch is overrated. I don't think it's overrated per se. There's a lot of people that like it that don't really want to see some of the downsides of it, and that's fine. I'm not here to hate on. I don't hate the console or anything. I love the consoles. I've just been playing my Xbox One X a lot. Yep. Yeah, Switch has some great games. It's a good console. Is it overrated? Maybe. 3DO or CDI worth it? Is a 3DO or CDI worth it? 3DO is better than a CDI for a console. Zach, thank you for the nice comments. Wii U is superior to the Switch. I don't know about that, but the Wii U is definitely cheaper to collect right now. PS2 is a bit overrated. And might have not rated. The PS2 hasn't aged as well as people think. Yes. What are the downsides of the Switch? The downside of the Switch is its online chat service is terrible. And it gets a lot of ports. And so it's getting a lot of older ports. And there's many games it can't do because of its graphics limitations. And so, you know, in this day and age where we're playing a lot with friends online with chat service, that's some simple things that Nintendo seems to have an issue with. Their online service, being honest here, is pretty terrible. You know, they're offering some Nintendo games, but they really should be doing more than they are. I like the Nintendo Switch, don't get me wrong, but I think it could be so much better. 146 people in this chat room. Sega Dreamcast games go up in price now. Yep, favorite Sega Master System game. That's a pretty tough one. Shinobi with the FM sound. That's kind of a timeless classic for me. I keep going back to that one. The Ninja's another ninja game. And, you know, even Ghouls and Ghosts. Neo Geo is overrated. Maybe to some people. Neo Geo did a lot of things right. All right, this is XXX Too Good For You. Dude, I'm the same, man. I've been hating on the Xbox for years, but I got an X, been playing most stuff free with Game Pass, so I stopped hating my PS4, getting lonely. Love the Switch, though. The Switch is great. You know, the Switch is, in my opinion, I think, best as a companion console. It is great if you have one other console or PC to go with it. It's a great portable. You know, that's its big strength, is you can take it on the go. I like my Switch. I'd be lying, though, to say I play it more than my Xbox One X. I play my Xbox One X the most. I play my PS4 and Switch about the same. And I have all three. So I have a PS4 Pro, an Xbox One X, and a Nintendo Switch. And so, what do you think about Earthbound? There's a lot of comments going really fast. So, are arcade one-up cabinets worth it? Derek Richardson, depending on which one you get. I think there are some good one-up arcade cabs. I got a Pac-Man one, haven't had any problems with it. I had a Centipede one and I had problems with it. I did a review on that. They actually asked me to do a review of some other cabinets that are already out in the market, and I'm holding out for the Star Wars Arcade. So the Star Wars Arcade cabinet's the one I really want to check out. Are they worth it? All depends if you play your arcade a lot. So I think for certain cabs that they make, they're decent for the price. Other ones, not so much. Have you played Indiana Jones on the Super Nintendo? That's Nevermore. Amazing but hard. I've played a little bit of it. I do believe that's done by Factor 5. I could be wrong. Maybe not. Indiana Jones on the Super Nintendo. Yeah, it looks good. Do you think the Wii U games will become more collectible over the years and be hard to find? I think so. I think the system was going to be harder to find, though, because there's just not a lot out there. All right. Have you heard anything about Polymega? Madden 70, I haven't heard a lot about it. I want to review it. Don't know. Jason X, how's it going, John Hancock? I hope all's well. What is your favorite original Xbox game? Gosh, that's really tough. Burnout 3 comes to mind. Burnout 3 is one of my all-time favorites. Knights of the Old Republic is... Burnout 3, Knights of the Old Republic, and probably Halo 2 are my three favorite games. Nintendo for Life, Switch is my favorite console thus far. Been gaming since 2600. You know, no Friendo 33. You know, I have a friend, and he's a diehard Atari fan, and Switch is his favorite console. He loves all the indie stuff. He has a crazy collection. I'm not here saying that's a bad console. I'm just saying it does. Nintendo Switch does many things awesome and a few things it really needs to work on if it wants to compete. Yes. Atari Jaguar doesn't get enough love. Well, I'm gonna be working on that, Will. I love the Atari Jaguar, even though it's a very misunderstood system. Favorite Super Nintendo game? Wow, almost 800 games. Cody Johnson for Super Nintendo. Probably, try to think. Probably the Link to the Past. Yeah. Legend of Zelda. Super Nintendo. What's your favorite port of Dragon's Lair? Coyote Kelly, thank you for the contribution. Favorite port of Dragon's Lair. I'm trying to think of the best one. There's I think one on the Wii I think is pretty good. The Dragon's Lair trilogy. But, I know the recently limited run games, I think, came out with some more versions of it. So I haven't checked out those in a while, so definitely. What is the new one like? Vile Breed Alien. The new one's a funky device. I definitely looking forward to doing a review of that. It is. It's a bizarre system. And really doesn't have, words can't describe how bizarre it really is. Do you have a box for your Jaguar console? Yes, I do, Blake J. I have 2 boxed Atari Jaguars. Video Game Votary, what's up? Ronald, how's it going? Do you collect for Nintendo DS and 3DS games? A little bit. Jay Corduroy, favorite controller ever? Wow, that's a tough one. I do like the Wii U Pro controller. That's good. The Switch Pro is pretty good. And the Xbox One X. They're all pretty close. Have you ever played Unholy Roar or Kensai's Sacred Fist for PS1? Yes, those are both great games. How complete is your collection? All depends on what you're talking about, Mastodon. Depending on what collection you're talking about. 183 people. Wow, it's streaming pretty fast. Going through pretty fast now. Nice to have everybody on here. We're going to be doing about an hour. Doing a live stream for an hour. And the reason why I'm live streaming today, again, within a week, is that I'm going to be at Game On Expo next Friday. That's right, 9 o'clock p.m. I am going to be in Arizona, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm doing my panel at 9 p.m. on Friday at the end of the show. And so if you're going to Game On Expo, please check it out. It has more information on the website. So yes. Let's look here. Wicked VFR. I'm excited you're collecting for the Xbox. Look forward to some Xbox videos. Thank you, Wicked VFR. I bought a modded Wii U that has 285 full games on it. I don't regret purchasing it. Yeah. Has anyone here downloaded Impossible Mission on the Switch? No, I have not, Brian's Man Cave. Brandon Farfan, hello. Are you a fan of the semi-famous Test Drive Le Mans 24 Hours racing game on the Dreamcast? I am. I haven't played a ton of it. Krillin64 doing the moderating. What is the most oddball, weirdest gaming thing you have? Console or accessory? I have a lot of weird stuff. I have a Mortal Kombat programmable gamepad for Genesis. You stick cartridges in, and it has like moves and stuff. It's pretty bizarre. Have you ever thrown a controller due to rage? I've hit my leg due to, when I get mad, I hit my leg, and so I've done that before. You have any limited edition original Xbox systems? I have the Halo one. That's the only one I have. Have you played Knight's Journey into Dreams for the Wii? Yes, I have. Yeah, I'd love to come to Toronto. Holy cow, it'd be great. Any Metal Jesus Rocks videos in the future? We've talked, we've collaborated. I want to get together with him and do some more videos. Only a matter of time. What is your favorite Sega Saturn game? Phew. Lots to choose from there. Sega Saturn had an amazing library. US didn't have as good a library as Japan. Gosh, that is a tough one. So many great games. Panzer Dragon Saga is up there, but I don't have a lot of time to play it. But that's one that comes to mind. Have you played Thing on a Spring game? Nope. How many 2600 games do you have these days? I have a lot. I haven't counted. I'm going for variation stuff. Also, a huge shout out to Alex Brooks. Sent me these, and Alex Brooks, big thank you to him. He sent me some 2600 variations. You're probably wondering what's the big deal with these. Well, they're text variations. They look different on the back, and depending on what you collect, they have differences, and so. There's two main label variations of original 2600 games, text and picture label. Yes. What's your favorite light gun game in the arcade? Man, House of the Dead's pretty good. Mike Smith, thank you for being on. It's great to catch you live. I'm a big fan of yours. Really appreciate your passion and commitment to the retro gaming community. You are a legend. Thank you, Mike Smith. Thank you for the kind words. Ashley Martin, hey John, what console have you most played in your lifetime? Wow, that's a tough one. Maybe the original Xbox. Original Xbox, PlayStation 2, GameCube, original PlayStation, and Sega Genesis are all tied. I played those quite a bit. Yeah. Macedon, comics and collecting. House of the Dead is a great movie, not so much. Yeah, I watched the movie. Ooh, yeah, bad. All right. Do you own an MSX? Yes, I do. Super PC Engine. I did a video on my US MSX that I have. Just one, though. What's the text scrolling on the screen? I think it's, I didn't set up my phone properly. It might be, I have to reset. It's the scrolling contributors to this channel. And sorry for the small text. I'll have to figure that out later. But yeah. Any chance of you doing it live on a weekday? Weekend, this is a weekday. I'd like to do one on the weekend, possibly. I've bounced around and done these on different days. Fridays works the best for me. Do I have Rondo of Blood for PC Engine CD? No, I have a reproduction of that I play. Do us all a favor and catalog your collection by scanning the boxes and cartridge labels. I've done that. They made it free on Pinterest too. Malcolm Nadu, you know what the problem with that is? That's great in, the problem is, how long that would take me? It would take me months to scan everything that I have and offer on Pinterest. I'd love to do it. I don't have time for that. Maybe when the museum happens, doing something with that, and I'd love to do that. But yeah, it's just tough. All right. What are your least favorite game systems? You know, every system has a Hyperscan, Memorex Video Information System. There's Action Max. Those are some pretty terrible. R-Zone, Tiger R-Zone. Those are some of my worst games, worst consoles that I have. Gamecom, another one. Do you own a Cretavision, which is a rare Japanese console? I do not. When someone finds out about your passion, where is the usual reaction? Oh, it's all over the place. People say pros and cons. They say stuff like, you know, are you married? Or, you know, wow, that's crazy. What are you going to do with all this? You know, the Game Buff. I'm also a teacher, 5th grade. I bring in retro games and consoles. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Do you have a Pokemon Mini? No, I do not. I want to see Burnout 3 and Need for Speed Underground 2 coming to Xbox One. Absolutely. Omar, no, I do not own a Bandai Pippin. What do you think of the big box and launch box of other similar systems? A big box and launch box. I don't have an opinion either way. What are some of your favorite Commodore 64 games? Gosh, you know, a Space Taxi comes to mind for Commodore 64. Favorite full motion video game? Night Trap, Sewer Shark. I know I'm not a big fan of full motion video games, to be honest, but I have them. Favorite Sega 32X game? I like Virtua Fighter. Sega did, and then Star Wars Arcade first, 32X. What product, game, or thing you have that could be in the Smithsonian? Oh, I don't know. A copy of Stadium Events, I guess. A sealed Cheetahman 2, just for the history behind that. You know, for me, it's more of a complete collections. Imagination Machine, working. A White Valley Astrocade. I have some prototypes. Yeah. And my friend Antonio M. He's currently the world's largest game collector. I'm not. He seems like a nice guy. Congrats on his accomplishments. No Man's Sky VR update August 14th. Matt Pike, great question. Super excited about No Man's Sky VR update. So yes, I want to be checking that out. Which fantasy game? They're scrolling pretty fast, so I'm trying to answer these as best I can. Oh gosh, I tried answering it. It's scrolling so fast. Will I be at PRGE doing any panels? Yes, Nintendo Nerd Neck. Yes, I am. Do you collect the long PS1 games or just smaller ones? Jake78655, I did a long box collection video. You should check that out on my channel. I've done almost 600 videos. If you have a question, several of these questions, I'll try to answer these as best as I can. Christopher Donegan, hey, greetings from New Jersey. What's your thoughts on emulation? Emulation's great. It has its purpose. It's a great way to play a game, to check it out before spending money on a physical copy of it. Jared Schultz, John, do you think more people using emulators might bring prices down? I don't think so. Favorite MMO? You know, playing good old World of Warcraft or Phantasy Star Online. Best way to play Snatcher besides Sega CD? You know, play an emulation through a computer. All right, let's go here. Which collection are you closest to completing next? Pretty close to Wii U, actually. Wii U is probably more attainable. Gonna miss you at Long Island Retro Expo. Yeah, I'm really sorry for people that wanted to see me at Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. I want to go, but it's at the same weekend as Game On. Will you ever make video opening some sealed stuff? You know, I don't really open my sealed stuff. Maybe some more common stuff, but you know, I'm not a big sealed game guy, sealed box collector. So, you know, stuff like that, that's just not for me. What would you do to save GameStop? That's a great question. Darla, that was a great question. What would I do to save GameStop? I think they're trying to do it. I think that might be a good video for me to do. Which Game Boy would you use for playing Game Boy Advance games? Nintendo DS Lite, Game Boy Advance, or Game Boy Advance SP. What Game Boy do you use for playing Game Boy Advance games? You know, I play the Game Boy SP, Game Boy Advance SP AGS 101. I think the 101 is the best screen. We love your videos in Boise, Idaho. No Friendo 33. Thank you for the kind words. A little bit of a yeah. So it's sorry about the small text on the screen. Pretty hard to see. Holy cow! Justin LeClaire, thank you for the donation. Any word on Retro Game Con with Riggs? I have not heard anything. Someone inquired, what, you know, hey, we'd like to possibly have you. I think I haven't heard anything back from Riggs. Yes. Favorite Final Fantasy game? Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 3 on US is also. Thank you, Justin LeClaire, for the contribution. Most appreciated. Justin LeClaire, a close friend of mine, huge Vectrex fan. And so, yes, us Vectrex fans have to stick together. So many great games on that console. I can't believe it's they're still making games too. Thank you, Justin LeClaire. Justin LeClaire, a good friend of mine. And looking forward, hopefully, Justin, I'm going to be seeing you this weekend. Fingers crossed. Hopefully you can make it. So yes, Vectrex is an amazing console. Do you have anything to show us that the money donated to the museum is going to the museum and not to something else? Diego Aces, you know, people contributing things. I purchase stuff all the time. So, you know, a good example would be this. Had this in my collection a long time. And so, you know, this is a museum piece. This is something I would like to have in a museum. And this is very expensive. And so, there's going to be people out there, you know, what do you use your money for? You know, I use my money to purchase games. And so, the challenge is the museum's not going to take... It's not going to be overnight. People think, well, why don't you have the museum? Because it takes a long time to set up. There's a bunch of trolls out there that don't understand reality of setting one of these things up. And, you know, this is something that I want to set up in a long time. It's going to take a while. And so, you know, there's whatever. So the people that know me, and get me understand what I'm doing and the direction I'm moving, and it's going to take time. The rest of the trolls, you know, I don't pay attention to those. You know, they're always going to be out there. Jealousy, the people that troll don't show their face. They just hide behind an avatar and say terrible things because they're cowards. You know, the main troll out there hides behind an avatar. He doesn't show his face. You know why? Because he knows that he's full of garbage. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyways, would you say is the right way to introduce kids to video games? Any which way that you grow up with, yeah. How many hats do I own? So introduce games any way you want. Start with Atari. How many hats do I own? I own probably 25, 30. So yes, I'm from Ireland, visiting Seattle and Vancouver soon. What are the best retro game stores in these cities? You know, I did a video showing some of the games. You know, Pink Gorilla, Another Castle in Seattle. Those are some amazing places. Double Jump Games in Vancouver area is awesome. If you're thinking, unless you're saying Vancouver, Canada. And so, yes, there's some amazing games out there. Yep. Love that you're pursuing the museum. Thank you, Chris. Is it a myth you always wear ball caps because you lose your hair? No, I got a full head of hair, man. Yep, right there. There you go. I wear a ball cap because I played baseball back in the day. That's why. Yeah. Is it okay to have pineapple on pizza? Yes. I'm not a biggest fan, but I don't hate it. Do you think people will still collect current retro games 30 to 40 years from now or didn't grow up with them? It's hard to say. Cheetos Crunchy or Hawkins Cheesies? Cheesies. Do you miss Toys R Us stores? Yes, I do. My retro days. Do you have any nostalgia for King's Quest? Not a ton. I like it, but I don't love it. What position in baseball? Pitcher, first base. I was left-handed, and so I played a little bit of outfield, but my vision was bad. Couldn't catch too great. If you move your collection to a museum, what will you keep at home? Very little. So just having some of my favorite consoles and some EverDrives, maybe favorite games. Do you have a Panasonic Q? No, I do not. Ever played a Fighting Force PS1? Yes. What do you like? How do you like the Doom trilogy on Switch? How do I like the Doom trilogy? I have not played the Doom trilogy. I hear it has some issues, and so I play it on Xbox One X. Do you have a Nintendo TV? No, I do not. I did have a Nintendo TV, the Sharp TV for Nintendo, and then I traded it. Yep, used to have a skateboard. Used to skateboard, scarred my knuckles. And so that is from a skateboarding accident. What's the most expensive game you own? I get that question a lot. Probably stadium events. Yes, am I looking forward to the next Xbox? I am. Do you have a PlayStation 3D TV? No, I do not. Fighting Force on PS1 was supposed to be Streets of Rage 4. Yeah, that's definitely not it. What's your favorite Atari homebrew game? I really like the Halo. There's several. There's like some arcade ports, like Mappy's pretty good. Ladybug, Fall Down. Those are some of my favorite Atari 2600 homebrews. Do you have a Game Boy collection? Don't have a complete Game Boy collection. Yeah. Do you own Pepsi Man? No, I do not. 183 people on this stream. Want to thank everybody for coming on. Do you think the PS4 will outsell the PS2? Yes, I do think so. Have you heard or seen the YouTube videos of the Micro Museum of Computers and Consoles in Ramsgate, Kent, England? Worth a watch. Yes, I have. Look great. Am I a Galaga fan? Yes, I am. EverDrive 64. Great accessory for the N64. If you ever had to depart with your collection, how would you go about it? Well, museums, number one answer for that is to get it in a museum. If I couldn't do the museum, then give it to a museum. Yep. What's the last game you beat? Far Cry 5. Simon, thank you for being on. I know it's pretty early there in Sweden. Random Glenn, you like Zaxxon? Yes, I do. 186 people. Let's get it. Try to let's jump it to 200. OSSC or FrameMeister for Super Nintendo? I'm going to have to go with FrameMeister. I really like it. Thank you. Make sure to hit that like button on this live stream. Got 186 people in here. Let's do this. What do you think of pinball? Mike Smith, I love pinball. CRT TVs that look for to play classic games. I heard a lot about the broadcast studio TVs. You know, I think there's a lot of top tier CRTs, but you know, just a good CRT. I like a small, like 13 or 9-inch TV, like a DVD CRT combo. They look really awesome. You know, it's a nice dedicated place. You could have a classic console and it makes the picture look sweet. Thoughts about the National Video Game Museum? Amazing. Those are friends of mine. Do you have Sega channel back in the day? No, I did not. Instead of teaching, what would you like your dream job be? Twitch? Ninja's gone. Haha. Jason Hollingsworth. You know, I love teaching. I think the number one thing I want to do is have a video game museum. That's really what I want to do with my life. Hey, John. I am the Germ. Oh, sweet. How's it going? Haven't seen the Germ in a while, so yeah, sorry I'm not going to Long Island this year. Has there ever been a Pee Wee Herman video game? Don't think so. First game I ever beat? That's a good question. Jason Gilson, I don't remember. Could be, gosh, Guardian Legend on Nintendo. What's for dinner tonight? Leftovers. Do you have any old school game watches? Yes. Mike, C212, I have several things. Yes. What are the favorite types of movies? Science fiction, hands down. Love science fiction. Thank you for the TurboGrafx 16 video. You are most welcome. Do you like Riger or Nintendo? Yes, Coyote Kelly, one of my favorite soundtracks of all time on video games. I still have the Batman Game & Watch. Batman wasn't a Game & Watch. Oh, Batman Game Watch. Yes, by Tiger. It's a Tiger handheld. Yes. Hey, sir, what do you think about the Hyperkin working on the N64 console? What do you think it'll come out? Good HD solution? It might be. It might be a good affordable way to solve that. The question is, what are the games going to look like? All right. Thank you for your comment from England. Most appreciated. Yes, Retro Getro 27. The goal is to have the museum within driving distance of my home. Yes, that's the game plan. I got a lot of things to plan and starting to get serious about it. So, lots of things. Do you have climate controlled or extreme heat in summer or cold? I don't have extreme heat or cold, and I have my garage sealed. Super Mario 2 or 3? Steven, Super Mario 3. Sci-Fi, did you enjoy Gattaca? Yes, I did. Albert Menendez. Gattaca was great. Star Wars or Star Trek? Blake J. Star Wars fan, but I love Star Trek. Really excited about the new Star Trek TV shows coming out. What help do you need with the museum? Chris Glidden, I need a lot. And so, once I move forward and kind of flesh out and apply for nonprofit, then I'm going to start opening up about what I need. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. How about Red Dwarf? James, so want to answer that. I don't need any help yet. Let me flesh out some details and then get back to you. Opinion on Crash Tag Team Racing. Good game. Played a lot more of Mario Kart. Data versus Spock. Love them both for different reasons. Arcade game, free play area, a must. Can't wait to go to the museum. Yeah, neither can I. So yes, let us know you have our support. Thank you very much. You can message me on Facebook for further questions. What's your favorite box art? I personally love all of the Odyssey 2 artwork. For that, let's do this. Here's a homebrew that came out. This is a homebrew for Odyssey 2. And it's Death Race. And this is just the homebrew stuff that came out that was in limited run. Yeah. That was a nice little homebrew project. All right. I'm going to do a shout out. And I'll do another thing. Ralph Baer, who's no longer with us, the father of video games. And I have a signed copy of his pinball, number 67 of 100. So, anyways, he was an amazing man. And a good friend of mine, Leonard Herman, talked about him, wrote a book about him. And like I said, I just, I really love the history of games. I don't know everything. There's a lot out there that I still need to know. If you want to read a great book on video game history, Phoenix 4, and you can get it on Amazon. It's written by a good friend of mine, Leonard Herman, and I think it's amazing. It's a great way to educate yourself on video game history. Favorite strategy game, PS1. Front Mission 3, Brigadine, come to mind. Joshua Welgaris, yes. Favorite 80s sci-fi movie. Blade Runner comes to mind. Most love game you don't like? That doesn't make sense. If I don't like it, then I'm not going to love it. Oh, most game that's loved that I didn't like? Pokemon. Favorite 7800 game, Robotron 2084. Food Fight, second answer. Choplifter Master System, this is the germ. Choplifter on Master System is a game I love to hate. Yeah, it's Choplifter stuff. Can't get past the third level. I hate my life. Do you have a name and location for your museum? I have a name, location in the area. No. Hey, John, fantastic Genesis collection. Love your videos. Thank you. I actually asked favorite non-strategy PS1 game. Sorry about that. Ooh, that's hard to say. PlayStation, 1,000 games. I can't think of one off the top of my head. But there's a lot of good. Monster Rancher. But I guess that's kind of strategy then, huh? Monster Rancher 2 actually would be my favorite game. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, no, I'd love to meet Nolan Bushnell. Yeah, he seems like a very knowledgeable person. Ever played all the levels on Zombies Ate My Neighbor? No, I've not. Best Star Trek game of the 80s. Hard to think of. I think of the arcade ports on home consoles. Do I have every video game console ever made? No. Have you played all the Phantasy Stars? Yes. All other than Phantasy Star Online 2, what we're getting at. I turned the res down and the stream is much better. Thank you. Do you collect DVDs as well as video games? I collect video games. Don't collect a lot of DVDs. What do your parents, what do my parents think of my video game collection? My mom and parents totally support what I'm doing. What do you think it's like gaming in the Blade Runner universe where Atari never died? Probably pretty awesome. What do parents overlook most for back to school? School supplies. And the thoughts that, oh, the school will take care of it if you don't have it. You know, little stuff like headphones. Like Blake J, the one thing parents overlook for students for classrooms is headphones. Since you collect nearly everything, have you noticed any collections dying as in cartridges failing? Not a ton. Just got myself a PC Engine, Stu Pins slots. Oh, we got 4. We're like 4 away from 200. Let's see if we can make it. 4 away. What's your favorite Castlevania Bloodlines or Symphony of the Night? Symphony of the Night. Jared, I don't estimate the value of my collection. Not going to sell it. Love the story of your mother buying you a TurboGrafx 16. Thank you, Albert. Is the RCA Studio 2 the worst console you own? One of the worst. Best bubble game... Buster Brothers or Bust a Move? Bust a Move. Why do Americans have so many guns? You know, not everybody has a gun. Underrated console? What's an underrated console? I'll always say the Sega Genesis. 1 or 2 facts that we would not know about you. I'm left-handed. I don't know if a lot of people know that. I'm left-handed, and my favorite color is yellow. Are you intrigued about the Atari box? I'm intrigued. We'll see if it's a dumpster fire, if it even comes out. What do new on games look like? Plan on doing a video of that soon. The Lads banned forever. Just tuning in, bummed I missed most of the chat. It's okay, the Lads banned forever. Thank you for the contribution. $5, most appreciated. What is your most valuable game in monetary value? Probably Stadium Events. What are your 2 favorite Star Wars games? Rebel Strike, GameCube. That's my favorite, one of my favorite Star Wars games. And the original arcade. Laserdisc versus DVD. DVD. Looks better. Thank you so much for the comments on the glasses. 200 people! Woo! Alright. Alright, do you guys want a tour? You guys, who's up for a tour? We got a couple minutes. Alright, I'm gonna do a tour. And here we go. I'm going to do a tour. 200 people. So, right here. That's my Atari wall. If you guys haven't seen it in a while. One thing that kind of is different for me is that I collect going way back. A lot of people start with Nintendo. I don't. I go all the way back to Pongs. I'm very proud of collecting this stuff. I want to thank everybody for tuning in here. This means a lot to me that you guys are commenting and coming in and saying such kind things. I'm very proud of my Atari XEGS collection. I did get the demo cartridge. All right, you guys... Yep. SU for Justin. There you go, bud. These are some 3D Vectrex games. Pretty tough to get. Complete in box. Favorite movie of all time? All right. I just wanted to do that. Quick tour of that. Oh, that's nothing. You should see my other game room. I have a couple Lads Band Forever. I have a couple 5200 games that are a little rough. My Robotron and my Dungeon, Space Dungeon boxes are a little jacked up. Oh, sorry, Matt. Got to go. Yeah, 206 people in here. Are you getting the Switch Mini? Possibly. What happens if we reach 300 people? We got 10 minutes left, so I don't know. Well, this isn't even my game room. This is just my studio. This is not where all my games are. My games are in my other garage. We'll have to wait for that, though. This is just, this is just my older stuff. This is not what I consider a lot of my game collection. This is just the old stuff. You know, the old stuff, but really this is nothing. You know, I love collecting games, and I have crazy stuff, but I have a whole garage full of games. Yes. Ice cream or custard? Ice cream. Pokemon Switch Lite is mine. Yep. What's the craziest find you've come across at a yard sale? Dylan Norman, I came across a bunch of Sega stuff, all for $1. And I think the 32X stuff was like $2. This was like 10 years ago, though. So, yes. Schools should provide all supplies. You know, the problem is schools aren't appropriately funded anymore. That'd be great, Jonathan, to have schools supply everything. But, you know, there isn't such thing as a free item. It has to come from somewhere. So, you know, I agree that schools should get more money, but that's just not the case anymore. Is it possible to put a power-based converter in a Sega Nomad? I don't know. Favorite PAL exclusive game? Mr. Gimmick? I think Mr. Gimmick's one of my favorite PAL exclusives. Is a PlayStation Classic a deal now? $20. It's not a waste. All right. Favorite console other than Genesis? I really, really like the TurboGrafx and PC Engine. I like this actually original Xbox too. Do you ever feel like you had enough games? Do you ever feel like you had enough games? I have plenty of games. That's not why I collect, though. I have more games than I possibly could ever appreciate, but that's not why I collect. And so, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. You know, I feel really driven, and I feel that offering, you know, a museum is something that I really feel driven to do. Tacos or burgers? I really like tacos. Most anticipated game as a kid? Ooh. Well, I mean, playing-wise, because when they came out, probably Castlevania 3. 7 more minutes. Why do you like Genesis over the Super Nintendo? Well, because I played it more as a kid. I had a bigger Genesis collection. I bought the Genesis with my own money. I just thought I really liked Genesis games. Favorite black box Nintendo game? I know everyone. Favorite black box game for me is Popeye. Original game cards or flash cards? Original game cards. Have I met James Rolfe? Angry Gamer Nerd. Yes, I did. Nice guy. Yes, tips for starting to collect new games. Just collect with stuff that you have played or like to play. Have you finished Lion King on Super Nintendo? No, I have not. Did you build levels in Super Mario Maker 2? No. Yes, they're just flowing in now. 211 people. Favorite kids game? I don't know. There's so many games that make good kids games. I think of Nintendo making some of the best kids games. So Super Mario Brothers probably. Are they crazy to leave off Legendary Axe off the Mini Turbo? John Hufford, great question. Yes, they're crazy to leave Legendary Axe 1 and 2. Worst Batman game? There's some pretty bad there's a bad Batman game on the N64. What do you think of GameStop? I like GameStop. I'm really worried about them. Since it's so big, would you easily trust others to move your stuff around the museum? Well, I'm going to have, there's going to be hopefully other people there working. And, once it's in the museum, it's in museums. And so it's getting away from that personal ownership, I think, is going to be relieving and gratifying. Favorite Neo Geo game? Samurai Showdown 2. Yeah, no Splatterhouse, no Keith Courage, no Devil's Crush. Yeah, Graphics Gramp. Thank you for commenting on. I didn't think of that. Splatterhouse, no Keith Courage, or Devil's Crush on the on the TurboGrafx Mini. Bonk's Adventure is actually on there. It's on the Japanese. It's a Japanese version of Bonk's Adventure. Do I like the 3 Burger King games on the Xbox? No. What's better, Action 52 or Cheetahman 2? They're both terrible. I think Action 52 would be better. What's my ultimate goal beside the museum? To be happy. Favorite Vectrex game? Star Castle. Yes, Cheetahman 2 is unplayable. Yes, agree. Have you beat the arcade Black Tiger? Yes, I have, actually. Anthony, I have beat it. Do you ever travel international? Nope. Occasionally. I haven't done it ever. A worst game ever? Shadow War of Succession. Great stream, John. It's been a while for me. Thanks again. Did you pick up every limited run release? No, absolutely not. Most disappointed you were with a game? Brute Force. All right. Odo Gadog. Help me out here. TurboGrafx CD game. You were in a girl. It's just going so fast. Running through a city, and you had to smash and slash your way. Valis. Valis 2 or 3. Yeah. Odo Gadog, it's a Valis game. Is what you're thinking of. Valis 2 or 3 if you're thinking US. Do you collect PC games too? A little bit. Do you have any bootleg games? A little bit. Don't really, if it comes across, it's more of just saying at some point I like to have those to say, yeah, these were made, but I don't pursue purchasing them. The divide on the PS1 is pretty bad. Worst TurboGrafx 16 game. Always hated Impossible. Favorite Castlevania? Thanks. What's your favorite driving game? Don't say Crazy Bus. I have lots of favorite games on different things, but it's hard. Gunboat's bad. Favorite? What was the first collection you ever finished? Was Odyssey 2. We got 3 minutes left. Pet peeve about video game collecting? Rush Gold, if I have a pet peeve about video game collecting is the constant... There's people out there that constantly have to compare collections to one another. I wish that, in this, in a utopia, I love for people just to come together and just appreciate what people have. And so about game collecting, it's always like a comparison. Oh, you have less than this person or more than this person, or you have everything. And I think we would do better at listening to people more and just talking to people more, and instead of comparing people. And that's the problem that I see in our society right now. Yes. Is there an arcade game that you can beat every time you play it? For me, it's Outrun. No, not really. Summer Olympics. Haven't played Summer Olympics on 3DO. Random Glenn. I don't know on game value what lost the most value. Super 64 HDMI. Any good? I did a video of that. Krillin64, greatest comment tonight. Doesn't matter how big or small a person's game collection is. All that matters is a person enjoys what they have. Absolutely. Favorite Neo Geo controller? I do a Coffee and Zelda. I like the bean controller for Neo Geo. I really like that it's got an indentation. I feel like I can beat on it. And it's not like probably the most accurate controller, but I feel very comfortable with it. In fact, right here. So people that don't know. Oh, get that lighting there. So this is what a bean controller is for Neo Geo. I'm going to end on this. Do I own a Sega Pico? Yes, I do. This is a bean controller. And I'm using this for an upcoming review. And so, yeah, that's what it looks like, a bean. That's why it's called that, a bean controller. So, yeah, the bean controller for Neo Geo. Awesome little controller. Yeah, I like these. I only have one, so I baby this. But so, yeah, it's the indentation on the thumbstick. Rush Galt. Thank you so much, Rush. Most appreciated for the contribution. Make sure to hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed. I want to thank everybody for being on the stream. I'm going to be doing about an hour, like I said. I want to thank everybody. 213 people on the stream. This is great. I want to thank everybody. Jonathan Aris, John, AVGN, Pat Country, Metal Jesus are my favorite YouTubers. Most appreciated. Great shirt. Yeah, I want to show that. I've been playing a lot of Knights of the Old Republic, so that's what I've been gaming on. Thank you so much. I'm going to be ending the stream, and most appreciated. Thank you for everybody being on it. This is the Immortal John Hancock. You take care.